I wasn't ready for my relationship to end. This is one of the most common sentiments that I hear in my coaching. And I hear this, almost, I'd say 95% of the time, which is just the sentiment that I wasn't done growing with this person. I didn't feel ready to end it. And that's usually because the decision to end the relationship is typically so very unilateral. A lot of you have been blindsided, and you didn't know that this was going to happen. Some of you, it was a slow descent into a breakup. And it doesn't make it any less painful, but perhaps it makes it more obvious that it's going to happen. But no matter what, I think that the feeling of sadness surrounding this sentiment is probably one of the most painful ones, which was really, I wasn't done growing with this person. We didn't have all of the experiences I wanted to have with this person. And this can be particularly painful because it's similar to grieving over somebody who has passed, which is, I wasn't ready for this person not to exist in my life anymore. And because we typically connect grief with other grief, this can sort of feel like there's been a death, like the person you knew and you've connected to is no longer here. And so, before we go any further, I want you to know that it's okay. That this is a very, very common feeling, and it is one that slowly fades away. Another common sentiment that comes with this is that I don't know who this person is anymore. I met back up with them, I spoke to them, and it was like I was talking to a complete stranger. This is normal. Remember that you've had an idea of who this person was, and what they've been like, and what they've acted like. And whether you know it or not, your brain is always taking notes on what they are most likely to do in a given situation. And a breakup is often a way for them to get away from the anxieties of a dramatic situation. Craig Kenneth says something that I really like. He says that a breakup is a symptom of a problem in the relationship, and while at first glance that might seem quite obvious, if you really think about it, there was an issue with the way that you and that other person interacted, and so the result was a breakup. But if you get a chance to interact with that person again, and you begin to change some of those issues, and realize that that symptom was a warning sign, but not necessarily a death knell, then something can be done about it. And so many times when I hear that I wasn't done growing with that person, or I was speaking to a completely different person than I have ever met or ever seen, perhaps the conversation should be turned inward, right? The idea that we're done growing with somebody, for example. Well, when are we ever done growing with somebody? When are we ever prepared for a breakup? And so I do appreciate the sentiment, and I value the fact that we really miss the connection that we had. And yet, what does it mean? When are we truly ready, I guess is what I'm trying to say here, to be in a breakup? When are we truly ready to lose someone in our life from a breakup, from a divorce, from a death? I don't think we're ever truly ready because losing people is unnatural to us. Death is something that we all find hard to accept. Breakups are something that we find hard to accept because if you really think about it, back in the day, I'm talking way back in the day of cavemen and cavewomen, they stay in groups. One person splitting off is extremely unnatural. You stay in groups for your survival. And so when somebody walks away, it's very unnatural, and so many survival instincts inside of you go off. If that person leaves, my survival's in trouble. Now, obviously, we've grown far past cavemen and cavewomen to the dating age of Bumble and Tinder and Facebook and Instagram and whatever else. But the point really is that having somebody walk away from you and having you feel that mourning, that I wasn't ready to lose this person, that's normal. And I'm here to tell you that your ex may not have been walking away from you and the relationship so much as they were walking away from themselves. And so my message today is simple. Obviously, you want to work on yourself, but today, take yourself out. Go do something nice for yourself. It's a beautiful day on the East Coast, so if you're listening to this from the East Coast of the United States, go for a hike. Go for a walk. Retreat to nature. Take yourself out for a massage, or maybe your favorite coffee shop. Do something nice for yourself, with the knowledge that during this stage of grief, you will deal with many waves of emotion. Just remember to breathe them down, to focus on you. And I want to release this video on Saturday rather than Monday. so that you guys have some extra content. But remember, treat yourself well, because a lot of the breakup grief hurts because we're adding so much extra stress to ourselves. We give ourselves a lot of extra crap that we don't deserve. Remember, you're an awesome person. You really are. And the only person standing in your way right now is you. So your goal is to fall back in love with yourself for all the right reasons. Get excited about your life and live as if you only get to do this one time. That's all I had for today. If you found my video helpful, I'd be very grateful if you'd subscribe and hit like. Please leave a comment below and tell me what topics you want me to cover in the future. If you would like help on your specific situation, all you need to do is sign up for a coaching at my website, thelovechat.net/coaching. Additionally, I'd like to say thank you to everybody who supports me on Patreon. If you'd like to support me on Patreon, in return you'll get extra videos, private live streams with me, and free coaching giveaways. Just visit www.patreon.com/thelovechat. Until next time.